Parents and professionals, are you frustrated beyond belief because you have an unmotivated student? Are you pulling your hair out because you have a student that you know is so capable, but you can't even get them to engage in the simplest of tasks? If you answered a resounding yes, then this video is definitely for you. Join me as we explore 3 key tips from the timeless 1936 Dale Carnegie book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Tip 1. Start with their interests, not your own. Dale Carnegie gives 2 classic examples, the worm and the cow. He says when you're fishing, although he enjoys cherry pie, he starts with a fish hook and a worm. Why? Because fishing is about attracting a fish, not with what he likes, but with what they like. Later on, he reveals a second anecdote where he talks about Mark Twain trying to motivate with his son a cow that is quite stubborn and won't go into the barn. He pushes and pushes and pushes, and the cow remains firm. It's his Irish housemaid that comes out, puts her finger in some milk, and then puts it in the cow's mouth, and then slowly walks backward into the barn. Both examples illustrate how we can start with our students' interests and motivate them based on where they are, not based on what we think is right or where we think they ought to be. Meet them where they are. Tip 2, be generous with your praise. Students are criticized all the time. They constantly hear what they don't do. Teachers reach out when they're falling short. Parents often talk to them about their work when it's inadequate. Instead, focus on what they're doing well. This can be tough. You may have to be creative, but find something that they're doing well, even if it's creative ways to avoid doing work. Meet them there, start with a compliment, and then lead them on a journey towards applying their creativity, their ability, and talent to developing, producing, and self-actualizing. Tip number 3, maybe most important of all, make your student feel important. Embolden them to believe that their opinion matters and encourage them to get involved in the process. They may be frustrated not with what they have to do, but with how they're asked to do it. Encourage your student with compliments and praise to take responsibility, perhaps with you, and create maybe a new process, or reach out to a teacher and connect and establish a new way in which they might do things. Empower them through importance and agency. Let's recap the 3 key tips that we learned from almost a century ago. This timeless advice consists of 3 key steps. 1, start with their interests. 2, lavish them with praise. And 3, make them feel important. If you'd like to find more resources like this, head on over to youngscholarsacademy.org and look at our resources tab. Thank you, and keep thriving.